We're going to be doing a black ghost streamer.
A black ghost streamer. I just happen to have one of those right here. Isn't that convenient?
Yes.
Tell us about this beautiful fly.
It was devised in the early 1920s, late 19-teens, you know, or early 20s, and it was devised in Maine. I don't know if it was Herb Welsh or Kerry Stevens devised that fly. But it's been a...
What are colors in it? Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful fly, yeah.
What do you want? Why wouldn't that take a fish? There's no reason at all. Nice big streamer hook too, so
yes.
Good visibility as well, I guess,
yes,
when you get it down there. We were talking before we started the show. I mean, last week we did a show, the late mayfly.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a very small, delicate, you know, the number 10 hook and everything like that. Now you're gone up to a big streamer hook. I suppose theoretically you could be fishing both those flies on the same day, one after another, or something like that.
Sure.
What is the best conditions for a big streamer fly like that, though?
When I fish ponds and I'm waiting, what I do is I usually wait till the water's riffled a little bit by the wind, and I cast it out and let it sink for a while, and then I just retrieve it in slow darts and jerks and whatever. And in pretty well any condition in brooks and rivers, they get it down and start twitching it again, you know. I find the best way to do it.
Because those little mayfly flies, they're great, but, you know, one thing that I noticed, especially, you know, in Newfoundland, you get out there and it's a beautiful morning when you first get there and it's very clear and everything, and then after about 2 hours you're there, and around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning or something, all of a sudden the wind picks up, it gets a little gray, it gets a little overcast, you get a bit of a lop. If you're out in a boat or something on a bigger pond, you get a bit of a lop.
Yeah, you're not getting the hatches, or you
There's no rises on the water, you don't see anything, so you're thinking to yourself, you know, you want, you know, a nymph or something to get down there with them. So maybe a big streamer like that would be a nice fly to throw out there at them.
And it's a good fly to use in like a 3-fly cast, like 2 wet flies, or a wet fly, a nymph, and a streamer. Excellent.
We should talk about that on a future show, because I have no idea even just how to set that up on your thing.
It's easy. There's no problem.
Alrighty. Well, here's the stuff you're going to need to tie the black ghost for today's show. The hook is a number 4 3/665A streamer. The thread is black 6/0 monocord and white 3/0 monocord. The tail is yellow hackle fibers. The body is black floss. The ribs, flat silver tinsel. The wings, 4 white hackles. The cheeks, jungle cock. And the head is black. And you put all that together with the skill of Rob Solo, and you've got a killer fly. Let's go, bud. What are you doing? Starting off with the 3/0 monocord white.
Yes.
Ooh, boy, I'm good.
You're picking it up.
3 years. It's about time I did something around here.
Okay, we just attach the thread behind the eyes, as we normally do on most of our flies. And let's see, what we'll do now is...
Black tinsel.
Yep. Well, I was going to put it in the tag, but I don't have to put a tag in this fly. I'm not used to not putting in tags.
Huh? Oh, look at it. This is it. This is what you're tying.
Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll just run some lacquer down the back.
Yeah.
And we'll just stroke and untwist the flask, or the thread a little bit. And just run right down the shank in close turns. You want to stop occasionally, give your...
Flatten it out again?
Yeah, your bobbin a twist and take the twist out of it.
Sure. Keep going right on down.
Yeah, and I usually go to about a point, about midpoint between barb and point. There we are. Right there. Now, our first material to be tied in is some yellow hackle fiber for the tail.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll just tie that right on top and let it come out just past the bend of it. Yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch past the bend. Okay.
Good.
Our next material is the silver tinsel, flat silver tinsel, and we'll tie that in on the far side. We'll just bring it up between the thread and the hook on the outside.
All right.
Just lay it there.
And that's not as easy as it looks.
No, that's not hard.
I've tried that a few times. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it's like everything, right?
And you want shiny side in or shiny side out?
Well, it'll be gold side out.
Gold side out.
Yeah. When you wrap now, it'll show silver, right?
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just bear the butt ends of that old saddle hackle fibers we had for tail, and we'll come up about a third of the hook up.
Alrighty.
And we'll get some black floss for our body.
A new roll of black floss for you.
Yeah.
How exciting. How much are you going to need?
Oh, you need a fair bit because it's a long shank, right?
Yeah.
You may have to lay in 2 bunches of floss. Depends now.
Is there any rule for, based on the length of the shank, you can figure out?
No.
Is this
no.
just you get used to it and you just
You pretty well get used to it, yeah.
You sort of stroke that now until your end is sort of frayed out on you.
Well, I know that look, when I loosen up on my floss, you can see it flat and starting to spread out.
Yeah.
And I want that, you know.
That'll add more bulk to it, will it?
Well, you get a nice smooth body when you've got your floss.
Okay. All right. Sort of makes sense, I guess.
Yep. Just keep on going down nice, tight, close turns.
You want to get right up to the head again?
Yep. Okay, we're to the head area now. So what we'll do is just clip out that excess floss right here. Be careful you don't snip your thread. Okay. You stroke, 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 and flatten your floss.
Okay.
Take the twist out of it. Now we're going to lay down some cement now before we carry on. That makes the floss stick to the thread.
Sure.
As you're wrapping, right? There we go. You can give your floss a little twist to make it flatten right out, right? Yeah, it's going good. Okay, got one little frayed. It'll take care of itself a little later on.
Do you find it easier tying streamers over? Is it easier working on a bigger fly? I mean, it would seem like it would be if you were, on a big hook like that, as opposed to a 10 or something even smaller.
Yeah, most people find it easier.
Yeah.
People might have seen that my thread has sort of gone loose here, but I'm not too concerned about that because I'm going to take care of that when I wrap back anyway. And I'm going to have to put some twist back into it because it's splayed out a little bit too much now for my liking. This is the pitfalls of using rayon floss. I usually use silk on most of my flies. It's a bit more expensive, but
Holds together better?
it holds together better, and you got to work a little bit harder to get a smooth body than rayon, but
Yeah.
it's nearly indestructible once it's on there, right? But rayon makes a nice flat body, I must say. Now you saw.
It's a bit of a trade-off.
Yep. And I must say rayon is a lot cheaper.
So you're just going to keep working your way up and down, up and down.
Yep. Now I'll just show you, just go over that procedure with our viewers momentarily. Okay, well, I'll just tie it off with a couple of turns. Now what I'll do is I'll clip out that excess floss.
Okay.
And I'll whip this off with a couple or 3 turns. Okay. And tie it up, and now I'll attach my black 6-hole monocord.
So sit for the white?
Yep.
Got it.
Hold on.
All right, this may seem like a naive question, but I mean, I can't see any of the white thread anywhere.
No.
So why did you use it?
For my benefit was that it's more visible. See, white thread is more visible when you're tying than the black. Now, if I had used black, I might not have covered it in, right, with the floss.
Oh, okay.
So.
Alrighty. Well, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. Now, we'll make our turns of silver tinsel for the rib. There's no specific number of ribs specified for a streamer fly.
We do 5 at our salmon flies.
Yeah,
Right?
generally 5 or 6. Some people use 6. But
Well, you got there 7.
I got 7 turns of flat. Now, if I had used a wider tinsel, which is, available, I might have used less turns, right? Just what's look.
But you want to make sure you do have some spacing there, so they don't just blur all together. You want them
Yeah.
far enough apart.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
You know, the main thing is the body is black, and the ribs are an accoutrement. So what you have to do is, you know, black should. Yeah. So black should be your main color.
Okay.
So ribs are only added for flash. You want to flash your fly, add more ribs or wider ribs. You know?
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll just turn this over.
Give her a flick.
And we'll just put in a false hackle of Webby saddle hackle. There we are. Nothing to it. Simple.
And then you're going to flip it back over again.
Yep. Okay. Now you can see I left a little bit of a butt end on that, and what I'll do there is I'll just lay some cement on there.
Did you join the straight fibers together?
Yeah. Now what'll happen is that that cement will be sucked up into the other fibers, and it'll keep it nice and it'll adhere together really well, right?
Ta-da!
Okay, that wasn't too difficult. There.
Okay, well, before you go any further with saddle hackles and jungle cock and the whole rest of it,
Okay.
what is the actual official tip of the week?
Okay, now what I've done here, we're going to put 4 saddle hackles on the wing of this fly. And I've prepared 2 hackles for this side, and 2 hackles for the other side.
For the hotter side.
For a tauter side, yeah. So what you got to do here, now I left them purposely a little bit long. Okay, I want it so that the hackles will just touch the tail
Okay.
when tied in.
Tip of the
So
tail. Okay.
I look back here, and I strip all this stuff here. I don't strip it out.
You just move it.
I just get it so it's standing straight up. Make sure the stems are together now, back to back, pretty close. And what you do here is you just clip and clip this way. So you have one prepared for that side. I'll just measure the length again. Okay, I got to go a little bit more. And this is very important. I'll tell you why, because if you don't do this right here, if you just tie on bare stems,
Yeah.
it'll pull out. Your wing will pull out.
So you want some of the fiber there to help?
You know, there's some resistance, right, from it sliding away, right?
Okay.
So I got that one prepared.
Okay. Let's see now when you tie.
Okay, and I'll
Measure this one.
measure this one too. Okay, right there like that.
Okay.
Just stroke it straight up so they're standing at right angles to the stem, right?
And it'll provide a good base
Sure.
to tie them in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you put the 4 hackles back to back. And let's hope we did it so that everything is even. Takes a bit of adjusting and fiddling around a little bit and whatever. But it makes a difference. Okay, that's good, yeah. It's laying there nice. Now, what I'll do is I'll just lay it right on.
So you get 2 on one side, 2 on the other side.
Yep.
And they're all bending in towards each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got 4 turns just to lock it in, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
And now what do? Do you work your way up the head a little bit to help?
No, what I'll do here is I'll just clip out the butts now.
Yeah.
Leave it down to where the eye hits the shank of the hook. And just
Wow.
glue that.
Is that ever sleek looking?
Yeah, it came out real nice. If you just glue that now, but nice and well thin cement, and let it soak in a little bit, then you can go on and do the rest of your materials, right?
Okay. So what have we got left here, Rob?
Now all we got to do now is I'm going to just check the other side to see if everything is okay on that side.
Yeah.
Yep, it came out well.
Yeah.
What
She's a beauty.
Yeah, she came out nice. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll prepare these jungle cock feathers in the same sort of manner. What I'll do is at the base of these are some just soft fibers, just like a hackle, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do the same thing with these.
Stand them up and then trim them down.
Yep. Again, if I just stripped the fibers off, you have too smooth a surface, and it doesn't bite in, right? Your thread doesn't bite in it, and it gets pulled out very quickly. There. Okay. Now I'll put this guy on the outside and lock it in with 2 turns. 1, 2. I'll just see how it's lying there. Okay, that's good. And I'll do the same with this guy on this other side.
Now, when you pick those, you, of course, want to pick 2 pieces that
Are reasonably
match.
the same, yeah. Let's have a look now. I'll just get above and you can see if they're matching up good. They are.
And then wrap them all in.
Yep. Now you can just clip them out now.
1, 2.
And finish up your head. What you have to do there now, you just work from, like I say, from the back to the front. Now make sure you close your eyes on these hooks, those streamer hooks, or those just any hook that doesn't have a loop eye.
But if you close your eyes, how can you see what you're doing?
Yeah. You really have to make sure that they're well closed, because what'll happen is your leader will run around that eye when you're playing a fish, and it'll chafe it and snap it.
Well, we can't have that.
No. Okay, I like to build up the head fairly big. Tapered, but fairly big. And you just keep working on it.
What a neat looking fly.
Yeah, not bad. I got 1 Hackles, just not behaving.
Yeah.
It's not too bad anyway. But what you're looking for there, the reason why you use these flies here with the Hackle wings, because of the shape, number 1, and the mobility of the fly in the water. Really moves around nice, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine if you get that now down fairly deep in the water and you're sort of tugging it and jerking it and whatever.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
that's just, look.
Yeah.
It's just quivering and shaking them back and forth and whatever. Oh, it's a beautiful fly.
Yeah. Beauty.
Okay, now I'll just put some head cement on it. Let that work down around. Next coat, what I'll do is I'll turn the fly over and put it on the bottom, let it work around on the top.
Okay. And 3 coats again?
At least 3 coats, yeah.
At least 3 coats.
Yeah.
I guess you could never have enough on.
No.
Okay.
The only reason you get too much on is if you clog up your eye, right?
Yeah.
Then you can't see for sure.